It's our Christmas catch-up with George, who is looking particularly festive, if not fashion conscious.
To be honest with you, I couldn't care what it looks like, as long as my head's warm.
On a crisp December afternoon, he's taking time out from shooting to do some shooting. At this time of year, the 20 times world champion is flat out looking after his sporting days. But for George, this really is R&R, with a bit of pest control thrown in.
It's always nice to have a break and get out of it, have a shot with when the season's on. Do you know what I mean? It's really hard work for us at the moment, and especially this year. So to get out and have a shot at the weekend is just a nice break.
He's been shooting this particular spot on the English North Downs for a decade, and it's some of the most challenging sport around.
When you're shooting pigeons like this is where your technique has to be absolutely sound, because you'll get a good pigeon come in fairly close to you, come upwind, or swing round over the top at 15-20 yards, and then the next pigeon you shoot at will be 75 yards. So your technique has to be sound, and you have to be confident of being able to judge your distance and judge your lines. It's not about a big bag today, it's about having some fantastic shooting, and we should get that.
George doesn't have any decoys out, just a magnet to his left at about 65 yards. He is tucked in the shadow of the wood behind us, which is again about 60 yards away. It's worth mentioning these distances to get a sense of perspective. 90% of the birds George is shooting today are more than 60 yards away, with some nearing 100. And you know when George is pleased.
Oh, that was a beauty. Oh, what a beauty. Oh, what a pigeon. Oh, look at that. Oh, and again. Oh.
Still enjoy a good shot, George.
Absolutely. No point in doing it if you can't enjoy it.
Now, it cannot be denied that 2012 has been a fantastic year for British sporting achievement. And with the BBC's Sports Personality of the Year coming up, surely a man who has been world champion so many times in his chosen discipline would get some sort of recognition. Or maybe not.
I can't imagine why they'd ask me this year. They haven't asked me many other years. It was a nice one. They haven't asked me many other years. I went 3 times, and the last time I went was in Birmingham, and they put me up in the ceiling. And it's just a waste of time. I hope Pete Wilson goes and gets some good coverage. I hope that he gets invited to it, and I hope they interview him, and I hope that he comes across well, because he's got an ideal opportunity to promote the sport.
The one thing Pete didn't have to worry about during the games was a cold cartridge. George will now explain why it is important to look after your shells during the winter months.
Yeah, if you look up the barrels there, just out up into the sky, you can see all the residue left up in there, which is where the cartridges have been kept in damp conditions. And the powder's got a little damp, so they burn a bit slower. Doesn't really affect the performance hugely, but I mean, obviously it's not ideal. Now these are some that I've had on the radiator, and you can see now there's no residue up there at all.
George warned us we'd see lots of birds today, and he has not disappointed. His friend Will described today's shooting as like the best presented, highest pheasant drive, and it lasts for 4 hours. He's not wrong. Many people would find shooting at these ranges too extreme, but George makes it look easy. At this time of year, George gets a lot of invites to shoots all over the country, as well as looking after his own. One thing that he's noticed is an upsetting trend that some guns are not using their second shot to ensure the bird is dead.
You see people that shoot in a flush of pheasants, they hit the first one and then go straight on to another bird. Well, the first one's not dead, but they should finish that bird off. And if I'm shooting, I will always finish off. If I've hit a bird, I'll always finish it off rather than go to another one.
With the sun dropping fast, George starts to tidy up. It's going to take a while.
We've done a good job here today, killing pigeons that are going out to the rape. It's been quite a difficult day, I would say. No, it's been a very, very good sporting day. And when they come like that, there's no finer bird in the world.
With 3 other guns keeping the birds moving, the group has shot slightly more than George predicted, an impressive 813. George shot 140, once again proving he is king of the hill.